let's talk about my recommended reading order when it comes to the off-campus and BriarU series. And I'm pretty sure most of the off-campus books are now back in stock, which is super exciting. I'd recommend starting with The Deal. It is book 1 in the off-campus series, and this is obviously Garrett and Hannah's story. Best place to start, and this is what you know if you've watched the TV series. Then I would recommend reading book 2, which is called The Mistake, and this is John Logan and Grace's story. Yes, there are 2 Johns. It's going to get confusing, but he goes by the name Logan. Then book 3, you want to do The Score. It does say book 3 on the side. This one is Dean and Ali's story, which we saw a little bit in the TV series of this, more than I thought we were going to, but you have not reached the trauma of that book. Then we have book 4, which is The Goal. This is Sabrina and John Tucker's story, who gets called Tucker. So again, not to confuse you. Then this is where we switch it up. So I would actually recommend going on to book 1 in The Chase. And this is Colin Fitzgerald's story. I actually really like this series. I think a lot of people underestimated the BriarU series, and I think it's just such a good one. So yeah, you get Summer and Colin's story here, which is absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait for you to meet Fitz. Then you want to go into The Risk. This is Jake's story, Jake Connolly. They definitely go a lot more by their surnames with them playing sports. And Brenner, again, it is number 2 to make life super easy. Then you want to go on to the play. This is Demi's story with Hunter, I believe. Yes, Hunter and Demi's story. I feel like this one is a bit of a not well-known one in the series. I don't know why people don't talk about the play much. And then finally, you have The Dare. So this one, you're going to know a little bit about this story. This is Taylor and Connor. I feel like a lot of people talk about this one. And then last but not least, you want to dive into The Legacy, which is actually book 5 in the off-campus series. And this is kind of where it gets the gang back together, but I think it's worth doing the BriarU. So yeah, obviously now back to front, but that's my recommended reading order. And if any are available, I'll pin them in the basket below.